Tutorial alert! Yeah, that's right, Kelvin Christopher, back at you again. I got a tutorial for you today based on popular demand. It's a title that I did in one of my previous review videos, so definitely stay tuned. This is another tutorial of Davinci Resolve 16 in Fusion. Roll intro. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna go through this real quick, okay? Let me show you a clip here that I did on the review for the DJI Osmo Action. My daughter is on this beautiful beach, Long Bay Beach in Antigua, and I did this label over her head. And a few of you guys asked the question, well, Kelvin, how did you do that? So here is how, in a nutshell. Okay, so on my timeline, I'm going to use another clip. Here we go. This is an example of what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so get this some stuff here cleared up. Okay, so here we go. We got the clip here. All right, I'm just going to import video only of this, and I'm going to put it right there. There should be fine. Okay, good. Gonna press Ctrl R for rate. So this is gonna change the duration of it. This clip was recorded in 256 frames on the DJI Osmo Action, so I should get to squeeze a little bit of frame rate out of this one. So let's see what we have here. I slowed it down to 15%, so we have a longer clip, as you can see. Nice. Okay, and just to smooth it out, because I can see a bit of skip frames, you know, the slower it goes, it starts to skip a few frames. Let me just make this 10%. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh wow, it's still smooth. Either way, I'm gonna add optical flow to this. So in the read time and scaling retime process, I'm just gonna go to optical flow and make it even smoother. Why the hell not? Look at that, buttery smooth. Yeah, it's looking good. The next step is I'm gonna turn this clip now into a Fusion clip. Here we go. Make sure my cursor is, my playhead is over the footage, and I click on the footage, and I'm going to click on the Fusion tab, which takes me into Fusion itself. As you can see, the pipeline here, I call it pipeline. Some people call it node tree. Some people call it the tunnel. I like to call it the pipeline. All right, so this is my pipeline, and I get to call it that because I can. My next step is to create my tracking data. So I'm going to press Control Shift, and I'm going to click on, and you can just type in tracker here. And once you type in tracker, you will see planner tracker. You click add, you move that from there here, and I'm going to shift and click it into my pipeline. Okay, I'm going to also make sure that my playhead is all the way at 0 frames. That's where I want to start tracking my data. All right, for this example, I'm going to use a head, so I'm going to start drawing now. A circle or square box around her head. I'm going to adjust the handles here a bit. All right, looking good. Oops, I created. Oops, I did it again. Alright, I think that should be fine. It's whatever. This is just a rough example, people. Remember that this example isn't set in stone. You can actually modify it the way you want, but I just wanted to show you how it's done, the basics of how it's done, okay? Alright. Next, pattern, tracker. I'm gonna click hybrid point slash area, and I'm not gonna go with perspective. I'm gonna go with translation. Now it's up to you. You can go with perspective if you want, and it's gonna collect 3D data so that you know it can rotate and scale. But that's not what I'm gonna do for this example. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna now track my data and hope that it tracks properly. Let's do this. It's tracking, it's tracking, it's tracking, it's tracking, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's done. All right, so it's not perfect. There's a few shakes there, but as I said, you might have a shot with a better tracking point and you can get a more stable track. All right, but for this, I'm just rushing through right now to save time, my time and your time. Okay, enough talking. Now I'm going to take the planner tracker off and I'm going to click create planner transform over here on the right, and that puts this node right here. All right, let's proceed to creating my lines. As you can see in the first example over here, there's this line here and there's another line that points to her to identify who I'm talking about. First, I'm going to use, just to let you guys know, I'm using all shortcuts from this bar right here. My first tool is the rectangle tool. I'm going to bring in, I'm going to click shift and click off of that so it disconnects. And my second tool is a background, which I'm going to connect immediately. I'm going to click on the background, press number 1 so that it shows up in the left screen. I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to click on rectangle, and the height, I'm going to make that. I'm just going to put in 0.01. That way I get a line right away. The width, I'm going to reduce the width down. I'm going a bit fast, guys, but try to keep up here. Okay. On the screen, on the right screen here in media out, which is number set to media out here, node is set to number 2 screen. If I click on rectangle, I'm going to move this rectangle up and over. It's not a rectangle anymore, it's actually a line now. Okay, so I got my line there. That's line number 1. Next, I'm going to connect the background to merge. Here I added a merge node onto my pipeline, so now I can actually physically see my line appear here on the screen. Okay, for my second line that's going to be pointing at her now, I'm going to add another rectangle, another background, move that into position. I'm going to connect that all. Just going to preview that one as well. I'm using the color black because it's just an example. Black is a simple color. I'm going to use that. And for the height, just like the last one, 0.01. You can copy and paste these figures from the other one if you wish, but I'm just doing everything manually today. I'm reducing the width down to, you know, a size that I would like, and I'm going to rotate my line here to 50.9. I'll just make it 50 flat. There we go. And I'm going to move the position of the line up. I'm going to zoom in a bit, see where I'm going. Move it across, and there you go. Now, as you can see, I can't see my line. Why? Because it's not connected to my pipeline yet. All right, so I'm going to add another merge node and move that down to my pipeline by pressing shift click, shift and move, and it will go onto the line. All right, so as you can see here, my line is now visible. All right, just gonna organize my nodes. Gonna click line, and also in arrange tools, I'm just gonna click arrange tools to grid. That way it will just snap to to the grid, and it's just better organization that way. All right, so as you can see here, the Lone Ranger, the Planet Transform one, it needs something to do. So I'm going to connect this one over here, and I'm going to go to Planet Tracker again. I'm going to create another one. I'm not copying it because sometimes the program can glitch. I prefer to create new ones all the time. And if we scrub through our timeline, you can now see that it's tracking. It's moving along with her, bouncing in motion. That's what we want. So we are on our way. Next, we want to put in our text. So here on the bar, we have text tool. Just going to click that. I'm going to create 2 of them. Okay, one here and one here. Good stuff. All right, so for the text, we want to create 2 merge nodes and connect them to our pipeline, one under the other. And I'm going to connect the text to the merge. All right, text 1 will say her name, K, Unique, or anything, any other name that you want. It's up to you. I'm going to reduce the size of it, and the position I will move up and over. My color, it's kind of clashing with the water, so I'm going to make this red to stand out a bit. Okay, so we have Kejnik, and in text 2 I am going to create, I'm going to say my daughter. Alright, and from text 1 I'm going to just copy the size and paste it into text 2 size so that we have a consistent size. Font size, I'm going to move that over, and also going to change it to red. Alright, looks like we're done, but we are actually not, because if I move this, oh, look at that. The text is just there lingering. Alright, so how do we fix that? Easy. Planet Tracker. Alright, I'm gonna create a Planet Transform, another one from our Planet Tracker, and attach that to text 2, and vice versa. Do the same thing and add that to text 1. From doing that now, you can see that everything's connected. It's reading the tracking data. It's going through a nice slow motion shot with her running into the water. It's looking good, and boom, that is how I did that titling. Okay, let me just fix that. Nucleus Nano, people, check it out. Well, that wraps up another wonderful tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to share, like, and subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that you can get updated with more tutorials and adventure videos that I'm going to be releasing in the future. Alright, definitely check out my website at www.vivacaribbeantv.com for more. Just inquire on the services that we offer. If you're coming to Antigua to shoot, why the hell not? Would you? Why wouldn't you want to come to Antigua to shoot? It's a beautiful island. Check me out. We've got drones, camera rentals, and much more gear right here on island for your production needs. Folks, until next time, your boy Kelvin Christopher, and I'm signing out. Peace.